Yeah, so we are going to look to attempt. We're gonna try and clear out Dark Tower right now and see what's up. Okay, great. Yeah, okay. Uh, okay, let's go. Just making sure that we have the right warlord for this, and making sure that we have the pet too. Again, we're using spider because of the poison damage and the wounded kills all wounded ability, and then making sure we have our bleeding, which allows us right now to gain health bar warlord when a melee ally kills. All right, let me clear up that friend request right now. Nope, don't see it. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's do this. Okay. Facing warlord, facing ogre right now. We want to do two things. We want to draw out their silence ability, and we also want to make sure they use the stones. We're going to probably aim for stats first. I don't like these units that we have right now. This unit here is particularly vulnerable to silence, and so is this. And so we're going to be using the Groot and just checking at the other. Always check your buildings. Make sure any of them could deal any potential threats or get in the way later. This one gives +5 to allies, and this one gives +10. Okay. We're going to be splitting the damage here. So the speed settings are good. That is not great. Has double attack, has evasion, has block. So we're probably going to have to use insta-kill early. Let me see what I can use here. I would like to have an attacking unit on the board. I want to see what the stats are going to look like here. 4. Don't think we can take another 200 damage. But we can set something up here. It might be too early to use this, the both powers at the same time. I do want to contain the board, and this tree is not going to help. This range unit isn't going to help. This is the biggest threat on the board. 68, 78, 40, 78 plus 16, that's 94, 94, 39. With this is actually going to deal the right amount of damage. We still will have to use our boosts. We could take the risk and go for the elf, but again, we're going to clear that. Okay, we trigger the silence, and now we have to then draw the stones. Okay, again, we're going to clear out units. 10 damage here is going to be nice. I would like to create advantage here more than damage. So I'm going to be summoning this Lotrix here. The Lotrix does whenever it attacks, it summons the 2 puppets. They fall in the melee cells, so one of these 4 here. They also remove some bad effects that could happen later. And the Lotrix also gains attack. Got some good draws going here. I'm probably going to summon this tree because it's going to deal damage to their units at the end of turn, and it also gives our chaos units an attack boost. Depending upon what gets summoned next, the Goliath would be my best choice because it combos with the Lotrix in terms of dealing damage. Otherwise, by pure stats, this unit here will be dealing a lot of damage and also giving himself block and giving us block for a couple of turns. 151, so it deals 17. Deal a little bit more damage. Okay? 9, 244. The problem is I want it to set up in such a way that I can use melee unit to block. Poison for 14 versus damage 59. I really don't want my tree to die. That's a pretty good setup. For a couple of reasons. One is that now the puppets are blocking the Goliath. And 2, and I just thought about this now, is when the Goliath actually deals damage using its ability, if it does kill something, it will actually combo with the Bleedy over here to give health. I want to be able to clear this board now. He's summoning 2, so we could possibly summon 4 units, or 6 units, because the witches, 2 with the Lotrixes, and potentially 2 more here. Yeah, we're gonna play a little greedy. Really don't want this tree dying. The extra damage. Yep. You can see here the life gain. We've also given this unit miss because it is a chaos unit, because this unit here gives chaos enemies miss for a turn. Again, this is going to give chaos enemies miss for a turn, so we won't have to worry about that, and we're going to look to chip off the rest of the units. I'm going to summon this grandma here to block the Shaolin and eventually clear out the board. So I see that some of the units have been affected by toxin. This is where the puppets start to come in, because when they die, they remove all negative effects, and toxin is one of them. and I see it's starting to lag a little bit, so we're gonna have to make some tweaks later on. I'll do it after this video. Okay, we are in pretty good shape now. I do want to continue with my combos, so I am actually going to see. Problem is I want to summon here, but the problem is the group can just wipe us out. I will create a block here so that I can protect my grandma over here. And I'll also put this in this position so that I can actually block. This unit here, it deals poison whenever they attack. So we'll be able to deal a little bit more damage in order to keep the board active. I can see that we're kind of close in dealing damage, but dealing lethal damage. But I want to make sure that I can actually clear the board. Okay, they have to draw some kind of miracle now in order to get us killed. Okay, and we are good. Great. So as you can see, Dark Tower completed. Everything's done. Open up that final chest. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not bad. So that was it for Dark Tower. Collect some rewards. And yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. Somebody told me that there was this new Divine Arena that was going on. Might have given some difficulties. Well, let's try it out. And they said the nature side is going to be difficult. When I see the white shaman here, well, we'll see why. So the white shaman has 3 abilities, which I can't display here. The first one is that it deals, it gives spikes to himself. The second one is it will create 2 totems that reflect damage, and the third one is it will give an attack boost to nature. So aside from the first ability with the spikes, the other 2 abilities are more for damage, and it's going to be tougher to remove units. I heard somebody in the chat talk about how rushing the board would make more sense just because we don't have that removal. So we're going to try and do that. See if there's anything else. This deals 6 to enemies, just spikes of 3. This goes down and attack. Yeah, we will start to rush the board. Staying with the strategy, we're going to continue rushing the board. Hopefully, there's going to be a good setup where we can use the shaman to reflect damage here, or have the spikes come up and then maybe we can send another attack. We'll see what our next goal is going to be. That is not particularly helpful. Ow. Oh no! That's not good. We are toast. We are still toast. Ugh. Okay. Like I said, it's still pretty hard. We didn't get a good totem drop. And so that was the reason why we lost. Let's try again. Okay, same strategy here. What I want to do this time, I'm going to set up using this creature, and this will allow damage to be dealt to all enemies after something dies. It also heals all allies to full health, but we need another unit in order for it to trigger. Yeah, same unit. I'm going to save this unit here so that we can deal some additional damage. As we saw from the last game, Goliath was pretty damaging. Not going to be so much of an issue anymore. Like the Dark Tower, we're going to look to control the board, and so far seems all right. It's going to go for defense here. Most likely our units are going to die. As expected. I thought it was just male units. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we don't get a lot of good units, but like I said, we're going to keep pushing. I guess that's what that last power here is for. It's probably stack the back rows here, and then go for the attack. I'm gonna summon this Prince Nod. It it has spikes damage, and whenever it dies, it deals 5 to all. These witches are going to disappear at the end of the turn. We don't have to worry about that. And this Void Jewel, it puts us on a clock of 3 turns? Potentially 3 to 5 turns. But again, not really too worried about that. Now we're just racing for the face. And there we go. Close game. We still managed to eke out a victory. Alright, this one will probably be a lot easier. On the other side. Okay, Trixy has 3 abilities. The first is gives attack boost to all chaos units, which we're going to have. The second one kills all units that are wounded, and the third is it summons 4 witches in the ranged spots for 1 turn. I'm actually going to start out with this Void Jewel here. Just for blocking, we're going to set up to put this Vlad in. What Vlad does, he has a couple of abilities, and I'll show you here. So, it has Vampirism, which means that whenever it attacks, it gains health, has extra attack, and then at the start of the turn, it deals damage to all enemies and also heals himself. So I am going to stack him behind the Void Jewel, so that whatever comes out is going to take damage at the beginning of the turn. And then we are going to clear the board. I'm clearing the board. Now we are going to continue with our plan. I summoned this vampire because it has the defensive stats. Everything else is good for attack, but we might need to attack other units in order to actually win. I summoned this unit over this unit. They both deal the same amount of damage, but there might be a spot where I need to actually deal that extra 4 damage to something else. I'm going to summon this Goliath here to set up for the next 2 turns. We can take a little bit of damage, but again, I want to make sure that I can clear all units for later, especially when those totems come out. The reflect totems that deal damage. Like what's going on right now. I have 2 Vlads here to deal damage, and the Goliath is also going to help us deal damage. I'm going to combo this Call of Witch to clear out their units. We won't be able to clear this out because it will be too much damage. But with the spikes, I don't really care because these units are going to die anyways. And we have enough health to overcome. We have that, and then we're going to combo, gives a little bit more damage. And these void jewels will deal 9 to 18, and they won't be able to kill either one of these jewels, so we are all set. And there you go. And so that was that. So yeah, that's Divine Arena. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to sign off, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow.